Hey guys, it's Heather from Kell of a Plan, and today I'm sharing with you guys some more products from Arteza. They sent me these products to check out. They sent me a coloring book, which has 48 pages, and they sent me a box of 72 watercolor pencils. Look how beautiful they are. And this tray is removable. So it comes with three trays. 3 trays of pencils, so many different colors. And they are watercolor pencils. So I'm going to be using these to color this coloring book. It has all the colors on the back. It's listed them. I wonder if the colors are listed on the pencil or if it's just like the number. Oh, it is listed. So it says flamingo and then it tells you the number as well, which is really awesome. Okay, so what I'm going to be showing you guys today is, I don't know about y'all, but I love adult coloring. If you're not like me and you don't love adult coloring, it's probably because you haven't tried adult coloring, because once you try it, you will love it. I'm like obsessed with adult coloring. And so what I really wanted to do was I want to take this coloring book and I want to add it to my planner. Maybe not every single page, but I think it's awesome to have coloring pages in your planner for those times when maybe you're out and about and you're just waiting, or maybe you're bored, or I personally love to color when I'm just watching TV. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pages and some of them won't be able to be trimmed down. Like if they have words or a certain design, like this one says, flowers make you happy, which is very true. But if I were to cut this down to fit in my planner, it would cut off those words. So I won't be able to do every single design because I am going to be cutting these down to fit into my happy planner, but I will be able to do some of them. So let's just pick one that we can use to show you guys my idea. Like this one. I love this one. These pages are perforated so that you can tear them out. And the paper's really nice and thick. So now that I've pulled this out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a sheet of happy planner paper so that I can be sure to cut this to the right size. So let's see if there's I kind of really like the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab pen and I'm going to mark the corners. Then I'm going to grab my paper trimmer and I'm going to trim these pages. I didn't go far enough over. I'm going to trim them down to fit in my happy planner. Okay, so now this is the right size. It also has a design on the back. And then I'm going to grab my happy planner paper punch it to put it into my planner. So I'm going to line this paper up. I'm going to punch it. And then I could take my planner. I have a section in my planner titled Extra Sheets. And it's where I keep all the extra sheets that I make. So it will be cute just to add in a coloring page, okay? So now I have a coloring page in my planner that I can color. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna continue making some of these to add into my planner so that I have just a whole coloring section in my planner. So we have now added all these coloring pages to my planner, which is going to be awesome. I will probably use both regular colored pencils and watercolor colored pencils, but I wanted to show you guys how to use these watercolor colored pencils on these pages that you can then put in your planner as decoration when you're done. So I have like my little, this is a spray bottle that I keep on my desk for when I'm using brush markers and stuff. And then I just grabbed a paintbrush, and you're going to need that on the side. And then these are watercolored. So I already did this one flower. I chose 2 different pinks, and I basically colored the 2 outside parts, and then I used my paintbrush to blend in the colors over the rest of that floral. So I kind of want to show you guys how to use these, because these are not just regular colored pencils. They are watercolor colored pencils. So one thing that I like to do is you can color in the outside with the colored pencil, okay? And then you do kind of want to like dab your brush, because you don't want a ton of water, because then it's going to like wrinkle your page. But then you can just take your brush and put it on top of that colored pencil, and then you just let the color bleed onto the rest of the image. So you can kind of see that I'm pulling the color from the edges, and I'm using, this is kind of a big brush for this, so I'm just using like the edge. Having a smaller brush would probably be better. And then you just kind of let it bleed in, and then that colors in the rest of that leaf. This paper from Arteza that these coloring sheets are on is a thicker paper, and so it's not really wrinkling that bad. If you were to do this on like just a regular coloring book with thinner paper, your page is going to wrinkle really bad. So here I'm just going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to color these 2 lines in with my colored pencil. And there's all kinds of projects that you can do with watercolor colored pencils. This is just a quick little example if you want to use them on your coloring page. So again, I'm going to dab this. You want enough water on your brush so that it pulls from the coloring that you did, but you don't want so much that it like makes the paper soaking wet. So that's why I kind of dab it some. And again, I'm just using the corner, and I'm pulling the color from the center where I colored, and I'm pulling it onto the smaller parts of this leaf. You may need to add more water, and it's important to get the water on that middle part where you colored so that you can then pull the color out to where you want it. I think Arteza does have just regular colored pencils if you don't want to deal with the watercolor, but this is just kind of a fun way to color in these pages. Obviously, if I was coloring on the go, I wouldn't be using watercolor pencils. I would use just regular pencils, but it is fun to do. Like, I'm just in my office right now coloring. So here, maybe I want to add a different color green to this effect. I'm going to color, make sure I have enough. I'm going to try and clean that lime green off of the brush a little bit. And then pull I'm not sure that I colored enough because that kind of got very light. Okay, so then it would be, we'll do one more flower just so y'all could kind of see. Let's do purple. And maybe we can do this one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to color in. With watercolor pencils, it is like a little bit harder. They're like they feel different from regular colored pencils. It's like they're thicker maybe, but it's not like an easy glide like it is with a regular colored pencil. So, but it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to end up painting over it. So I'm painting, or I'm coloring every other petal. And then I think I'm going to do the same thing down here to make sure that I have enough purple to pull from. Okay. So you can already tell that when you add that water, it totally changes the look of the pencil where you colored, and like it's darker where you colored, but you can't tell, like if you didn't color it perfectly, you can kind of see like little white spots in some of my things. It's not gonna like totally mess with it. It is a little bit harder to do these up here since these aren't connected, but I'm trying to pull the color over. So I'm basically taking my brush, running it where I colored, and then taking the water and pulling it over, because then the water's kind of like dyed. And that gives it kind of that watercolor look. That's really pretty. So then I can take this orange and I can color in here and maybe like every other one of these. Also could have done that before I actually started coloring. And then use the paintbrush again to pull that color and a little bit of that color is now kind of bleeding in here, so I may actually just go ahead and pull it out myself and let that yellow bleed into that purple. That's really cute. Okay, and then I would do the same thing over here with the leaves, where I color in the outside because I want that to be darker. Okay, and then I want to be sure to pull in that green and pull it down into this leaf as much as possible. So then the leaf is like a paler green, but it's still green. And do that same thing over here. Really get that color and then pull it in. Get it wet and then pull down that green. Okay, so I can continue to do that on this whole page to create a really pretty watercolor look, and then I could stick this back in my planner And the great thing is this is now size for my planner. You could even turn this into like a divider for your planner, or you could just use it as a coloring sheet in your planner. So that is using watercolor pencils on your coloring sheet. If you're interested in checking out these watercolor pencils or this coloring book, I will link it in the description so that you can check them out from Arteza. I think Arteza has regular coloring pencils as well. So if they do, I will link those in the description as well in case you're not interested in the watercolor ones. So if you like this video, I hope you hit the like button. If you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button, and happy planning.